Hi, it's Moose 99 and welcome to episode 3 of Duckpond. This is season 4, episode 3. Now, I was really confused in the last 2 episodes, and I think there's been some absolutely outstanding comments in the last 2 videos, which have solved the issue here. So, if you go into the storage selection here, and there's 3 Celtic storages, the one I've always used is the one to the far left here. And this one says edibles, tools, health, clothing, textile, crafted fabrics, miscellaneous. I believe the one that I actually clicked on was this one over on the left here. And that is edibles, vegetables, grain, fruit, protein, etc. So by selecting the wrong storage here, what that meant was tools would get built, but they wouldn't go into storage. They just lie on the ground. Any building we put down where fodder thatch had to be removed and then placed in storage wouldn't get built because the fodder thatch wouldn't get removed because there was no storage for it to go in. So I think I've kind of accidentally solved it by building this large storage over here at the end of the last episode. So you can see already there's fodder thatch in there. And the tool should go in there as well. What we probably should do is get rid of this guy, and just maybe to prove it, we'll build one of the proper Celtic storages here and do that. So those comments came from James Wade, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this, or definitely going to mispronounce this, but I'm going to give it a try. Gintatis Rustikis, both made the same observation, and I really appreciate those comments, guys, because I was not pulling my hair out. As you can see, I don't have any hair, but it was really frustrating me there. Now, unfortunately, what that means, it's not actually a game bug, so I have to blame it totally on my derpiness, which makes sense, I guess. So that was strictly my mistake of clicking on the wrong storage type there. So those mysteries are cleared up. Now, as far as the rest of the episode here, we are in dire straits at the moment. We do have 3 people that have tools, so that's okay. But food is really low. Logs are really low. Everything's really low like usual here. But I believe what's going to happen here, as long as this blacksmith can get work in here, we should be able to get everybody with a tool. And, because we have the right storage type now. And as soon as everybody has a tool, I'm pretty convinced that the functioning of everything here will improve quite a bit. So our food should bounce back, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and the other thing I think it was James Wade had pointed out, and I'm not going to try this just yet, but I'll try that in a few minutes. If you go into the red ketchup toolbar here, and I'm going to have to find it again here. Somewhere, oh no, it was this one here. And then over here, there's a woodcutter. And if you read this one, it does basically firewood from logs, firewood from lumber, or firewood from fodder thatch. And it's a dock-based building. So I'm actually quite keen to build that. But I'm not going to do it just now, not until we're out of the woods here. But we can use that to switch back and forth between logs and fodder thatch to make fuel, which is pretty cool. And fodder thatch can kind of fill up your storage too, so making fuel out of it's a pretty good idea. All right, so the thing is, tools are going to be the focus here. I do want to build that storage shed. As far as people go, it looks like we need a house here. I wouldn't mind building this dock out farther at some point here, because this fishing circle is partly on shore. I'm going to leave that to the future. Yeah, we could build another tent here, but I think the thing to do is probably start building out on the dock. All right, so we need to recover, get the fuel or the tools going, get the food and the fuel going, and then we'll think about some building ideas there. So let's let this go. Oh, I better set the pig timer too. So I've yapped for 5 minutes or so. So let's make this, say, 40. I know the last couple episodes were a bit long. That's because I was perplexed or confused, I guess. Yeah, no, see, our tools are going good now. We got 9 tools done. They should be showing up in here. Well, I guess they're being picked up right away. Okay, and we have 10 iron. Yeah, I can take the second person out of the blacksmith shop here. All right, so tools are now completely solved. So let's take stock here. Logs are going to be an issue. So let's get another person in the forester here. And we're actually sitting at, everybody has a tool and we have 4 in stock. Cool. Not a ton of iron, but we'll leave one person in the iron mine just kind of slaving away, pumping out iron. That's not huge productivity, but it's enough to get us going here. Okay, we have a female and a male laborer that need a house. So let's build this, not sure why I was building a dock workshop. Let's get rid of that. And let's actually build a dock house here. Okay, so let's put a builder in. Let's make that a bit of a priority here. Now, logs will be the limiting factor for a little while, but we've got 3 people in there. I'd love to get 4 people in this forest hut, but that will have to wait a bit. Okay, there's our Celtic storage shed. So let's get rid of the old one here. Yeah, right away. Tools go into the Celtic storage shed there. Yeah, so that's totally what the problem is. So again, James Wade and Gintatus Rusticius, and I really apologize if I'm brutalizing your name. But thank you very much for those comments. And mystery solved. And there has been a lot of comments on the last couple of videos, so I sure appreciate that. It's nice to get feedback, point out mistakes I'm making, ideas and suggestions and all that. It's all good. Makes this a lot more fun to have some interaction. So thank you again for all the comments. All right, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Oh, speaking of comments too, I tend to early Jack and Jill, keep the houses open, keep a bunch of stuff up here. Let me know in the comments if that really bugs you and you want me to stop doing that. It's just something I find helpful, but I know blocking out the screen might be a bit of a painful thing for some people. So let me know if there is feedback that this isn't really fun for people. I'll try and limit myself from doing that. All right, logs are low, firewood's low, food is bouncing back slightly. Oh, look at that, we got 5 hearts. That's pretty cool. We got protein from the fish. We have, it's a gatherer, I guess. A little bit of grain from the oats, blueberries. Yeah, we got a fully balanced diet right now. We have nobody in the hunter. Now, do we have anybody that's kind of surplus at the moment? Ah, the blacksmith, okay. Don't have enough material for the blacksmith and there's 15 tools in stock, so let's put a person in the hunting, in the tiny hunter here. Food's not bouncing back as quickly as I had hoped there. I mean, we have food, don't get me wrong, but I thought that would bounce back better than that. Okay, I'm going to start thinking about a school fairly soon, but not just yet. I'd like to build up some more food and fuel and stuff here. I also want to extend up this dock and move this fishing dock up higher. Maybe build a few dock homes and stuff on the base of it here. And I think the other important thing we got to do here is keep building this guy here out that way. So I'm going to try and prompt myself every minute or two to come over here and build a section there. Now it is taking 6 logs every time, so we can't go too crazy, but... Okay, where are we on people and houses here? Okay, we're going to have somebody there be a laborer shortly. So we're not going to build any more land-based houses over here. We're going to build everything on the docks, so... Let's build that out there, and this out. Oh, there's one there already. Food's at 244, which is not bad. How many people do we have that are not doing food here? We have our miner, and we have our wood chopper. Tools are still okay. And we're going to have to let it run like this for a minute here. Yeah, I can't remember how many people the tents hold, 4 or 5, but if you want to grow, I just like the idea as soon as people turn into laborers, get them out of the house, get them in a place of their own, maximize room for babies and all that kind of fun stuff. Okay, just hit 359 for food. That's pretty good. 372. Logs are not doing awesome. We had somebody graduate, so let's max out our forester here. This forester doesn't have the greatest area to work with, but you know, the more buildings we can get out of here and then onto the docks would be very helpful, I think. How wide are these houses? 3. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's build out here. I'm thinking our main expansion area actually is going to be onto the docks here. A fisherman drowned. That sucks. Alright. Well, I'm sad to hear that. We can't really afford to lose anybody at this point in time. Yeah, our food graph is starting to crank up here. Not as high as I want, but we're over 500 at the moment, so... Definitely getting the storage in. Got the tools down. Our tools built, I guess, and distributed, so... That was the problem. Incorrect storage. Alright, I really want to extend this fishing dock and make that a better overall life experience. So I'm going to take the fisherman out. Just for a moment here. And let's nuke the dock. And see if we can get rid of it here. We'll take the chopper out too. So we have a builder and a laborer. We have 218 fuel. Food is going to dip a little bit for a moment here, but... I really would like to get this fishing dock and like sort of maximum productivity here. And I think the hunter and the gatherer can carry us for the moment. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to build out a couple sections on here. Keep building over here. Alright, let's have a look here. I could probably go out another one. And that leave us room for some industry and stuff down here, so let's go out another one. Now, building all the way up there might be a bit crazy. What are we, 137? I'm thinking of building all the way up here, and then it would actually let us build out for another one. Oh, actually, that would work right there. And then we could keep building up. So why don't we do that? So let's put a 2 on. Alright, now let's check that again before we plunk it in. I think that's about perfect right there. So I'm going to do that. And then while that circles up, we can build some houses down here. Now, I don't think we need them yet. No, but let's do that just while we've got the blue circle up here. Alright, so just outside the circle will be 2 houses for the fishery. So let's let that go. Now, while we're here, though, where was that tool set here? I'm going to find it again here. The woodcutter. There we go. Oh, it looks like it's slightly lower level there. Why don't we pull it out 1? Pause that. And let's go back into our regular dock set here. And get a step down. See what that looks like. Food is at 21 though, so I think we have to make the fishery the priority here. And not lose track of what's important. But that woodcutter, I'll definitely do that in a moment. Tools are down to 3. We're going to have to put a blacksmith back in a minute. Logs are actually decent. Maxing out this forester has helped. Although you can see there's not a lot of old growth there. We're cutting and chopping pretty quick here. Alright, this fishing dock is building. We're hovering around 150-ish on the food. Alright, builder out. Fisherman back in. Well, you know, maybe not quite yet. Maybe not quite yet. Let's put some dock storage here. This will actually help quite a bit with the fishing dock. So what do we want? Looking like that? Let's do that. Alright, so let's quickly build this dock storage and then we'll go back to fishing here. Alright, quick coffee break. Okay, while that's building, let's look through our houses here. Okay, it looks like we had probably our town father pass away and I missed it there. Yeah, right there. Okay. So, thank you for your service. That was, yeah. It's amazing to think, like, you start with 2 people and you can get a whole town going. But what that means is we have an extra house at the moment. So, I think I'm going to start removing these tents here. And that'll get us some more room on the ground for the gatherer and the forester and stuff like that. It also means we have to mess around with the houses here. So where's the best one to mess with here? That one. I just want to get that couple back together there. All right, so housing is now corrected. And our storage is not quite building though, so let's... Oh, there it is. I think that built. Yeah, okay, it's built now. Take the builder out. We had a graduate, so where do we sit on food? 253. Well, I'm going to put one fisherman in. Have one builder, one laborer. And let's build this this guy down here, this woodcutter from the red ketchup set. And again, that was James Wade's suggestion, so I'm liking the fact that it's a dock building. That's making me happy right from the start there. And tools are at 0, so as soon as this builds, we're going to have to go into the blacksmith again. In fact, we can probably put somebody in the blacksmith now. So let's do that. Let's change the tools to 50, see if we can lay a stock in. All right, let's have a look at our woodcutter here. It looks pretty good. Yeah, and I think that step down was the right call. Although it's partially clipped there, so yeah, I'll live with it. So what do we got here? Makes 5 to 8 firewood from 5 fodder thatch. Cool. 5 to 8 firewood from 5 lumber. Oh, that's interesting. You overbuilt lumber or something. And 5 to 8 firewood from 2 logs. So I think the normal ratio is 4 firewood from 2 logs. So, hey, this thing's a dock building, which is cool for us, especially on this map. It'll do fodder thatch, which is awesome. And it's also a bit of a multiplier here. Well, this building's a winner. Thanks, James. This is a great suggestion. I'm going to be using this for many years to come, I think. All right, so why don't we burn some of our fodder thatch? Don't really have the people, so... Yeah, I'm going to set that on fodder thatch so I don't forget, but I'm not going to put anybody in there for now. Yeah, let's put the builder back on laboring, I think. And where are we with the housing and people here? Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that woodcutter. That's a good one. We can actually get rid of our tiny chopper now too here. Okay, dock fishery I don't need. This one is just a reminder. Oh, you know what we don't have too is a hospital. Why don't we throw a mini hospital down? Let's pull these guys up here and see where our circles are at. Gatherer, forester, hunter. Oh, you know... Oh, is this that stupid island? Oh, we have a bit of a bridge out there. Okay, I'm going to build this out here, or try to. But I'm going to do a safety save in case there's a pathing issue. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I like to build the hospitals way out of the way of the normally traveled path where people work and stuff. Infections pass out through the window of the hospital to anybody passing by, so... we'll build this out here. We had some pathing issues out here before, but we built a little chunk of causeway. Alright, let it go. Let's see what happens. Always good to have a hospital standing by, I think. Reserve of iron is low, you are correct. We still have one person in there, right? Yeah. 96% remaining, so those are not upgradable. So I want to thank Grumpy Gnome for pointing these ones out. Because you do iron directly, you don't need furnace fuel, which is pretty cool. Also do coal. The only downside with these guys is they don't upgrade. So once they're gone, I guess. Alright, so what that means is keep building over here. We're trying to build over here to land. Now, there's not a ton of room over here, but there's a nice flat spot for the large mines that are upgradable. Room for a quarry, you know, maybe even some fruit orchards, vegetable fields. I don't know about pastures, but we're also going to need things like candles and lamp oil and stuff too. All right, so that's what we're trying to do, is build over to this side. Food is not as good as I would have hoped. Let's build that hospital and then put somebody. We had a couple graduates there, so yeah, it looks like we need another house as well too. So let's do one of these dock homes for the fishermen here. We have 72 logs, so it should build no problem. But we are out of firewood. I think we better fire up our woodcutter here. So let's use up all our fodder thatch first here. So it leaves us without a laborer, but we have a builder, so both of these have all their material already, so that should not be an issue. Oh, there's the woodcutter bringing in fodder thatch. That's cool. Cool. So no fuel, tiny bit of food. Tools are actually sitting at 19 though. Let's take our blacksmith out for the moment. We got through in winter anyways. We have somebody showing cold, but that should be fixed shortly here. Yeah, there's fodder thatch in here. Alright, so we got nomads here. Alright, so I've had issues with nomads on this kind of map before. So it says there's 2. I do not see any nomads around the actual building here. So I'm going to safety save here. Oops. And I'm going to allow these nomads, okay? And let's see where they're at. And zoom out here. Okay, they're on land. They're over by the trade river. Yeah, okay, so they're way left of us on land. So there's no way they can make it to us and they just die. So that's the issue I've had on this water world map. Okay, so I don't really want to kill them even though they're pixels, but I'm going to reload here. So what I'm going to do with nomads, I'm going to keep checking, and if I see them around the actual notice board there, I'll accept them because they're on our island. But if I don't see anything around the notice board, I am not going to get them. Because I've had this issue, so the same as the storage issue before that you guys solved. Let me know if I'm doing something wrong with the nomads here. I am thinking, though, that's just a feature of this map type. Although I don't think Grumpy Gnome had any issues, and he was on Waterworld, but it was Megamod 6, so I don't know if that matters. So anyways, long story short, I'm going to deny those guys. Which is too bad. I could have used a few more workers, but wow, we're at 4.5 hearts, 4.5 stars. Okay, there's our home. Oh, we're gonna need another one here too. Okay, so let's build the second one. Hospital hasn't fully built yet, but that's okay. We don't actually need it at this moment. Okay, and our woodcutter, that's doing a good job there. Yeah, there's our hospital built, so I'm just gonna shut it off. And we have to remember that it's down here if we need it. All right, in the meanwhile, let's get this home built. Yeah, I don't think that's an encroachment, but you know what? It's just fine. How is this doing with one person in it? That's pretty good productivity for one person, so I'll take that. All right, we should be good for housing once this builds. I want to start thinking about a school too. All right. I wonder if it's time to do a school now. Our food is pretty low though, so let's get another person in the fishing dock here. And do we want to fully populate the gatherer? I actually think this fishing dock's gonna rock now that we have 2 houses in the storage there, so let's do that. That leaves us with a laborer and a builder. At some point we're gonna want to build this market here. And I gotta keep remembering to extend on over here. Well, let's put a school in, a dog school. We don't necessarily have to use it right away. If we put it there, then it can be used by the tents and these houses over here. Be interesting if we could hear that motorcycle. We just had a big loud motorcycle go by. And I've got noise filtering and a bunch of stuff on. Be interesting to see if that picked it out or not. All right, quit babbling, build the school. Now, it looks like we're out of fodder thatch, so I'm going to switch this over to firewood here on logs. And let's actually, let's maybe bump that up 1 to 300 and see if we can get a stock in here. We do have this fully staffed now, so let's maybe go up to 200 on the log limit there. Now, we don't have anybody near. Well, there's a 7-year-old, I guess, there. So here's the debate, right? If we do the school, we're going to lose people for 5 extra years or so before they're productive. But once they graduate, they'll be, I can't remember the number, it's like 30 or 40 or even 50% more productive. So when to build the school, or when to activate the school. I usually advocate doing it sooner rather than later. And this is a YouTube video, so you can't answer me in real time, so you know what? I'm going to actually activate this. And I know it's early. We only have a 7-year-old there, but I'll forget if I don't. I think I want the increased productivity here. Now that means I always have to have at least 1 laborer there in case the school teacher is an accident. All right, so we're building this stuff out. They don't have any firewood at the moment. We could actually put a 2nd person in there. Food is okay, right? So let's take 1 of the fishermen out. Let's double up on the chopper here. Yeah, I know logs are an issue because some idiot just built a bunch of dock sections here, but it should catch up pretty quick here. Yeah, 129 in the year. Building up the docks is such a log-centric operation here. We're just going to have patience, I think. Um, you know, and I could take the school teacher out, I guess. Okay, we're at, we just turned 9. Nah, I can't really do that. I'm gonna have to do this and commit to it. Got commitment issues, boy. A fair amount of leather there. Hey, what's our food graph look like? Not bad. Inventory, 40 leather. We do have eggs appearing every once in a while, so we can maybe put in a dog chicken coop at some point. I would love to get some reed farms and stuff going too. Sure would have been nice to have those extra nomads. Food is doing pretty good though. 842, it's inching up there. We're getting some logs, some firewood. We made it through the winter, which is always good. All right, let's check our housing situation here. We're about to have our first student there. Okay. Not as many kids as I would have liked, but it is what it is, I guess. Now we're at 1,000 food. Why don't we pull? I'm gonna say pull a gatherer out. Use this mini workshop and do some hide coats here. All right, let's use up that leather. And I think it's 2-to-1 on leather to coats, so we should be able to make, 20 coats or so. We have a few feathers. We don't have any reeds, though. So we can't really do survival coats yet. Okay, somebody just died. And we can't be without a laborer here because we have a teacher. I'm going to pull one more person out of the gathering hut. Not super happy with that. And we're out of tools too, so the extra person in the woodcutter comes out, becomes a blacksmith. Yep, must be a Jack and Jill start. It's running really close to the edge here. I don't like to see these out of tool symbols. That flashes me back to the bad old days here. Okay, we have 11 or so iron, so we should be okay in a minute here. Now we've done 11 coats. We have 2 in stock, 1 in stock, 0 in stock, okay. People will be grabbing the coats as quickly as they're produced here for the short term. Okay, tools are sort of... Problem is our blacksmith doesn't have a tool, so... Okay, logs are okay, so I can start building on this again here. Okay, I think I'm just going to do a safety save. Okay, only one person without tool. Blacksmith has a tool now, which is good. We've done 16 coats. That's, we have 20 people, so a few more coats will be good. Okay, tool crisis over. Food's still okay. Hearts are down to 4. Happiness is 4.5, though. That's not bad. All right. Keep adding on over here. Okay, there's our 20 coats, so we're probably soon going to run out of leather. Yes, the reserve of iron is low. Alright, that's 24 coats, so let's take that person out of the workshop. And I think he can be a iron miner for a while. Eight tools in stock, 2 coats. Probably a few more coats than that. Oh, we have some pelts. Interesting, okay. Fur and pelts. This is fairly new in Megamod 8 or 9, I think. Problem is, I think to get the right recipe, we have to build a large tailor. But we could use that for coats as well. Okay, how's our dock storage doing? 600 fish, okay. Are these guys fishermen here? Yeah, 2 of them are anyways, that's okay. Alright, we have a student there. Student there. This 13-year-old should graduate soon. Alright, but we're okay for housing at the moment, I think, yeah. $1,000 food, who would ever thunk that? Firewood is still struggling though. Interesting. This thing should be more productive. I guess we're pretty short. Another baby, this is all good. When this person... Yeah, let's think about where we're gonna build a few more houses here. Gotta tell you, that guy in the Harley going by all the time here is starting to wear on me. Alright, where are we sitting here? I know we don't have a builder. I'm just gonna let the laborer bring the logs for those to pre-position them. We have a fair amount of logs right now, so... Alright, another student, 2 students, 3 students. 4 students, cool. Okay, this person is going to graduate soon. Should be around 15. This school's fairly close to everything here. And I think this dog school is 12, so we're okay on capacity there. I'd kind of like to get a second woodcutter back in there, but we don't really have the people right now. Just gonna have to run close to the edge for the moment. Our food is definitely climbing though, which is a good thing. And we have a lot more capacity to make more, or to get more food too. We only have 2 in the fishing dock. We only have 1 in the gatherer, and only 1 in the hunter. So we have lots of additional food capacity if we need it. All right, those 2 dock homes are ready. So as soon as this 15-year-old student becomes a worker, I'm going to add a builder and build one of those homes. And then we should maybe think about like a full scale, get everybody out of the land-based housing, get them out of tents, get them in dock homes. And then really get some production stuff over here going. Reed farms, chicken coops, I think would be awesome. Now they turned 16 without graduating. Oh, it's a tent here. Well, it's pretty close to the school. Shouldn't be a travel time issue there. Although, I haven't built any roads or anything, so... maybe a little road like that all. Kind of got things all in the way here. Our food graph is still going up, which is a happy thing. And we got some bison in. So I guess the bison are swimming across the lake, coming onto an island, and then we're shooting them. So bison there. Looks like some wild pigs and stuff. I'm pretty sure those animations are new in Megamod 9. I don't remember seeing bisons and pigs. Well, there we are with the pig timer. So let's take a little, actually let's, okay, now it's starting to annoy me, so I'll take it down here. I'll get a pretty good idea of what's going on. Now we do get a laborer there, okay. So let's put a builder in and build one of these houses here. All right, let's take stock of where we are. Yeah, we're one house short. We'll build that. 24 people. Everybody's got a jacket. Education is 7%. Not great, but, you know, hey, we're working on it. Our food graph is going up. We have 14 tools, 0 iron. Firewood is over 100 at least. Food is over 1,000. All right, so what are we going to work on next episode? We're going to continue to build over here, because that way lies our path to iron and stone. And I think we're going to think about moving everybody out onto the docks over here. You know, maybe even a bit out over here, but probably over here. Getting some dock-based industry going, some reeds, some chickens, survival codes, trading dock, I think. We don't have any room at all here to do orchards or farms, so a seed trader at this point makes no sense. But if we get a general dock trader and order some rice or get lucky and get some rice brought to us, we can start building rice farms and stuff here. So I think that's what's on stock for next episode. Sort of racing against time a bit. This is going to run out, although there's room for 1 or 2 more. We are pretty limited by the amount of logs we can grow on this tiny island and the amount of trees. And we're going to have to think about additional food sources, like more fishing docks and stuff like that. But anyways, thanks to James Wade and Gentatus Rasticius. Sorry, I probably totally brutalized that. We solved our dilemma on what the heck was going on here. And I think we're actually in reasonably good shape right now. So let's call that episode 3 of Duckpond. This is series 4, episode 3. This is Banished with Megamod 9, and I am DerbyMoose99. Thank you very much.